up, YouTube? Topaz Ace back for another review, and this one's to that Megan Thee Stallion featuring Nicki Minaj and tydollasign, that Hot Girl Summer. And I'll give it the yellow light because it's cool. Like, I rather enjoyed it. It's lacking in a bunch of areas, and the whole premise of it is something that I really just can't get with, you did. But yet the song is straight. Like, starting with that production, rather enjoy it as it's produced by The Bone Collector, which I've been hearing that name a little more often and such. But then Juicy J also did some production on it, which it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Like, Juicy J has been working with all of these quote-unquote ratchet new female MCs that Jermaine Dupri said that you pretty much gotta be a stripper to get the promotion in the music industry in this day and age, in which that fits to what everything Juicy J does, in which he did songs with them already. Now he's doing production with them. Like, he's going to continue to push forward because this generation of ratchetness just fits in with everything that Juicy J has done in his career. But so the basic concept behind this song is providing the anthem for this quote-unquote movement that's going on, this Hot Girl Summer. You dig? For those of you who haven't heard of this is pretty much all of these social media thirst traps and individuals of that nature to flaunt themselves that much harder and party that much harder this summer, and they're trying to make it into quote-unquote a movement. And a lot of women are abiding by this. I've seen it in a few of these events that I've done this summer and such, man. Like, crazy things, like we did a do-rag festival this summer in which they were claiming this really hard. All of the chicks that was out there, and when the songs from Megan Thee Stallion and all that came on, like Bigolefreak, then they all went wild, you dig? Now, my core issue with this is when you diagnose what they mean by this, by just flaunting themselves and jumping from guy to guy and not caring about the guys and all of that stuff. Like, okay, if that's what you about, then go ahead and provide that, and other people will follow you because of that. But yet, when you look at these individuals, not just Megan Thee Stallion, but some of the others that's trying to abide by this, you realize they all got dudes. Like, they are not single. They're not jumping from dude to dude. They're just telling you that you should do this because you clearly want to hear it. But yet, it's not what they doing, though. And that's something that I have a core issue with. If you're going to talk about it, then you better be about it. You feel me? But yet, clearly, I don't think they are about this. Like, they're going to do you just like your best friends do you when they talk that, oh, we best friends forever. But then when they find themselves a dude, then they're not going to be talking to you. They're going to do the same exact things, but yet people just enjoy the music so much that they could care less about the realities of this situation and the messages this is sending to people. But let's go ahead and break down this joint, man, starting with that hook, where, you know, these types of hooks really aren't the ones that I necessarily like, the ones that call back to the biggest songs that the individuals did, as tydollasign is saying big old freaks in the song, where that's more of a shout out to her biggest song, maybe still to this date, and he's trying to apply it to this song to make it be as big. But yet, my thing about that is you always want to move on to the next, you feel me? You don't always want to go back to your biggest song. You don't always want to shout out the things that you're doing, because that's how you get played out. That's always the key sign of someone who's lacking in creativity, when all you can do is call back to all of your biggest hits from before in the past. That's how a lot of individuals, like say T.I., like off of his last album, he kept saying all of his past hits and all of his songs because he had no way to actually create the next hit. But my thing is, Megan Thee Stallion is just now really hitting on this higher up level, so it's justifiable to a degree. But yet she is going to have to continue to craft new hits, and they all going to have to eventually change up and not be the same exact thing. But as of now, she can ride this wave. There ain't nothing wrong with her riding the wave of what she created on her own to completely profit off of it. I got nothing against that. I'm just hoping that as she develops in this game, she won't stick on this and continuously call back to all of her old stuff. But let's go ahead and look at her lyrics, as a lot of women are going to swear by anything that she does and all of that stuff because they like her. But the real talk is she's not that good of a lyricist, just like a lot of these individuals are, you did. Because all she does is just like a lot of these other people do, which is super sexual, suggestive lyrics, but yet not really potent punchlines or bars or metaphors or anything of that caliber. It's just, I'm talking about sex, and you guys like it when women talk about sex, right? So therefore, you're going to enjoy what I'm saying, and women like it when I talk about sex, right? Because they want to talk about sex. So therefore, I'm a good rapper. When, nah, just because you're talking the content that people want to hear doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it in a great manner. You need to actually be polished and make punchlines and make a better delivery and things as you go, like Nicki Minaj has done, which is why she is somewhat have been consistent over these years, and she's still in the face of the music industry as one of the top female MCs of the game. And if she doesn't develop bars of that nature, then she will fade away, like the bulkload of them are going to fade away. But she did have an interesting moment. I'm not going to say this is phenomenal bars, but like how she said, thinking that he's a player and a member of this team. He's putting in this work trying to be the MVP. But ain't no taming me because I like all my dudes equally. Like, this is her pretty much trying to do a metaphor here, comparing NBA football teams and things of that nature to, like, her having a roster of dudes and all of that. Which, again, ain't the real, but it is what it is. And I like the thought process, but yet it's not that good. Like, where's the actual punchline that makes you seem very interested in it? Like, I like the drawing of comparisons, but you're not doing anything that no one else hasn't already done. Like, guys have spoken about having rosters of people all the way around, but yet there's always avenues that you can deliver potent punchlines in doing that, but she didn't do it at all. And then again with the lyrics that ultimately are detrimental, you dig, on how she's saying, I break up with my dudes every season. And a lot of women are going to take that for face value and decide to go ahead and do that regardless. And I mean, yeah, a bunch of women do that anyway. That's why during the summertime, that's when all of these women out here are free. And then they end up with somebody by the winter, and then they come back. Like, it's a ultimate cycle that we always see. But to be real with you, Nicki Minaj ate her up. And this was to be expected because Nicki is just that much better. But yet, this ain't even Nicki's best. Like, this is semi-Nicki. Like how she said that dude ain't put me in no brands, but he's proud of me, and was prouder or proud of me. Like, that was a slick little wordplay right there. Not amazing for Nicki Minaj, but that was by far better than anything Megan Thee Stallion did. And the same thing for when she said that when it's hot girl summer, we're not talking about degrees. As, you know, that's clearly just talking about the movement, but yet it's not talking about how hot it is outside. And again, these are cool, but not amazing Nicki bars, but yet way better than what Megan Thee Stallion offered. And that hook by Ty was cool, but yet it was just calling back to certain things. It wasn't really a completely original type hook that is going to rock forever, in my opinion. And Megan Thee Stallion holds her own enough for this to be a decent track that people are going to rock with regardless. As you can tell, it's trending all over Twitter and stuff right now. But honestly, it's not that good of a song, but people are just going to rock with it and make it into a hit, as you should see by now. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there. And you can go to downloadpads.com, that's down there, to read today's article.